Did you check and see if that place was open on Saturday?
They are.
Preservation capital is more important than making money. You want to watch your trade, also protect your down at the same time.
Good afternoon, everybody. You can hear around. I think I forgot to set up. There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by, owned by, incorporated by, into a legal corporation by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. Why do we call him Coach? Because he helps us navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, such as stocks, stock options, crypto, and futures trading. And that's what we're talking about here today, futures trading. Glad you could all be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the 20 moderators here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Glad you could be here. If this is your first time with us today, I'd ask you to click subscribe. Also click your notification button so that you're aware of all our future live broadcasts. We are live here at American Dream Trading 3 times daily, Monday through Friday. Coach is live from 9 to 11 with the stocks and everything investing. I am here from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time with Futures Education and Trading program, and at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, we have what we call the Aftermarket Show. Our YouTube channel is American Dream Trading. Check out the Aftermarket Show starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. A little bit different program. You can actually go over there with an open mic and a camera if you want to turn your camera on and join our panel. And you can join the discussions live each and every night starting at 5. For those of you here on this free social network broadcast that we're providing to you, you feel free to ask questions down in your social media chat box, and we will do our best to try to answer your questions live as time allows. So we're glad you can be here today. We had a very good day in the markets today. Overall, I did well trading some gold here in the last hour and a half, taking some profits from that. Our members did very well in the futures market today and in the open stock market. It was a beautiful day for trading. After a few days of muted trading to the downside, we actually had some nice upside plays in the market overall. But when it comes down to it, we make money every day because we don't care which way the market goes. Coach educates us on how to make money when the market goes up. He educates us on how to make money when the market goes down. And he even educates us on how to make money when the market goes sideways. So, and we do employ his trading strategies as appropriate for whatever the market gives us. Again, those of you on YouTube, I apologize for the view that you're currently receiving, but I'm having technical issues as far as getting my TikTok live feed with our streaming software company that we use. And I thought it might be resolved today, but it's still pending. So we will see what happens. If you want a very good view, you're catching some reflections off my screen here, and the audio is simply coming off my iPad that's pointed at my screen. So you get whatever audio you hear coming out of my big mouth directly into my iPad, and the view is what it is. It's not ideal. If you want the best full screen view with good audio and be able to see the videos and hear the videos as I play them, I would highly suggest you head over to our YouTube page at American Dream Trading. There you can watch the full screen view. Hopefully we'll be able to restore that back to you sometime in the near future. I quite frankly thought it would be back by now, but it isn't, so it is what it is, and we'll deal with it. All right, so we'll take a quick look around the block here today. What do we got going on? Let me move my stuff out of the road here. Things in the road. I got 5 screens and I still don't have enough room to do what I want to do. Imagine that. Gold's been it's in a flat channel right now. It did break and hold below the 9 to the downside. I would enter that trade. See how they break here, break below the 9. There's a break. Here's a confirmation candle to the downside. I can go over here and then jump in this trade, right? And see where it goes. I can show you my positions down here. There's my my stop loss right there in case it pulls back. It prevents me from losing any money to the downside. In other words, if it reverses and goes up, if that candle turns green on me or doesn't drop any further, then so be it. I jumped in this trade a little early without consulting my L2. I should have done that first. I see there's wants to pull down to 47.04, and that ain't very far. That's going to be a bad trade. Mark's going to lose money on this unless this reverses real quick. 46.06. Yeah, that's not good. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. If this gets a little bit green, I'm going to get out of this trade. I jumped in this a little bit prematurely without going through my internal checklist of things that I do. So we'll see what happens. I'll be patient here. You can see down here at the bottom left-hand corner that shows the profits as they happen on this trade. And this is my paper trading account, but I assure you I trade this the same way I do my real account. My members can tell you that I did very well in the last 2 hours trading gold. And right there, I'm going to lock in at $4,400. Bam. Now, with Weeble's paper trading account, it's not very good. Let's put it this way. Even though it executes a trade, see how these boxes hang up here after I exit the trade. And these numbers here keep turning too. And you got to come up here and close these out. It's kind of a pain. What did I do? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. It ain't no wonder. I just added 20 contracts. Holy cow. I got to get out of that. I did mess that up. I hit the wrong button. I ended up with 40 contracts instead of 20. That wasn't very smart. See that? I got all flustered. Oh, well. It is what it is. Clicking the wrong button's part of trading sometimes. Ain't the first time I had done that, right? So anyway, I got them to hold on to the other 20. I dumped the first 20 because I didn't want to trade that much. So now I'm holding on to that last 20. Took a loss on that first 20, I believe. But now I'm up $800 on this trade. Let's see, am I in the negative overall? Well, I'm up $113, so I recovered something. But anyway, I jumped in that a little too quick, but that's all right. Sometimes you do bonehead things and you pay the price financially. I see any green on this trade, I'm getting out of it. Here, keep going down or not. 34.04 and a half. Yeah, I might be able to get lucky here and maybe squeeze a 44. Nope, now I'm losing ground over here. We'll let this run for a few minutes to see what happens. Hopefully it'll pull back down here. There's a wall of 406. That's not good for me. So now you can see how much money you can lose in a heartbeat here, right? So you see this. This is the power of making money. It's also the power of losing money, right? So you can get your face ripped off. I'm going to be patient here just a little bit longer, see what happens here. You do have to give it some breathing room. Do I like where I'm at right now? No, I'm down $2,800. That is not a good thing. But I'm also trading a large amount right now. The margin on this is substantially high, so I'm going to give this a second before I freak out. This is kind of sitting there holding it. It's not good either. I'm watching my L2 right here on my screen. I'm showing my Weeble screen today. Usually show my trading view. I'm going to switch it up today. Share my Weeble. This is Weeble. It's a broker. This is their software here. It's fully customizable. You can put whatever you want on here. I'm looking for these numbers to get smaller. I need below 405.2. And right now we're not getting that. And I'm going to watch this here. I'm watching these bottom numbers. Hopefully these will start decreasing here shortly. If they don't, I'm going to have to rip the Band-Aid off because Mark clicked the wrong buttons. What do I think about MLGO? Nick asks over there in the TikTok live. Our members been making lots of money off that stock over the last few weeks. I don't trade it. Well, I have traded it before, but that's a stock. We're talking futures here today. But I am aware of MLGO. Yep. So if this doesn't bounce off the 9, I'm going to have to get out of this trade. I'll wait and see if this bounces off the 9. If it don't, Mark's going to be coughing up a lot of money here. We'll see what happens. There, touched it. Is it going to pull back or not? We'll see. I am on a 1-minute chart, by the way. Let's see if we can pull back, kick back down or not. You do have to give room to breathe. If it goes above the 9 here and doesn't pull back, I am out. I have to take the loss and work from there. You move on to the next trade. Trade to trade, you trade it. I made a bonehead decision there on entering that trade when I did it, and then I clicked the wrong button. So I clicked the mechanics, I added to my position instead of closing it, and now I'm out that money. So I'm at a critical level here, this 3409. That's what I'm waiting on to see what happens here if it stays below. Kicks off of that. I'm also, so that would be 3409 is right in here is where that would be. I don't have lines on this chart. I don't chart on my trading view. My Weeble. I use my trading view is what I'm charting. I have that open on another screen up here that I'm watching up above me. I have my critical levels. I just like charting on trading view, which I show you here every single day. All right, this is not looking good to the upside here. I'm going to have to pull this Band-Aid off and just take the loss. So that right here is a little red, a little bit of a pullback. It hasn't broke above that yet. It's trying. This 3409 is my line in the sand there. I'm going to have to take the loss, and it is what it is. I did 2 things wrong. I jumped in without looking at my L2, and I clicked the wrong button trying to get out of the trade and added to it instead of closing it. That's something you have to be very careful. It will happen to, it happens to everybody. You just got to be careful what you're doing sometimes. You got to remember when you're shorting, you're actually selling to go short. And when you buy it back, you have to hit the buy button to get out of it. You do the opposite of what you normally do. All right, I'm getting out of this trade. I'm just going to have to take the loss. That's all there is to it. We'll move on to something else and we'll deal with it then. So I'm going to get out. What we do here. Buying it back. Again, Weeble's very slow in reacting there. We're out of the trade. So what we're going to do here, I am now down $5,774. That's not a way to start a live show, is it? Well, that's not very impressive, Mark. You're losing money off the bat. Well, that shows you what happens when you make an improper entry and you get your mechanics wrong. That's the whole purpose of paper trading, to make sure that you get good at those things so that you don't make those mechanical errors. I did it just because I wasn't paying attention. That was a lapse of concentration on my part. Was it part because I was talking to you? Probably. But I've done it in real life trades. Click the wrong button. Try to close a trade and add more to a losing trade. You don't want to do that. That's bad for your bank account. So anyway, have no fear. We'll work on that, and we'll work on our mechanics there. Let's take a look around here. What else we got going on? What's going on with? Let's look at the indices here real quick. See what's going on.
Take a look at Dow,
Yes.
Mark.
What's that?
Take a look at the Dow.
The Dow YM.
Yep.
Okay. Charts out of the way here.
Coming up on VWAP, but other than that, everything's just a rearview mirror, pretty much.
going on with my chart here? It's jammed up. Oh, I can't get in there. Hang on here. I'll do it the other way. Dum, dum, dum. Down. There we go. Broken held above the 9. Yeah, it's coming up on the 21. You got a double top right there, right? So right there's that double top. You know, see what happens here at the double top. Now, what would happen if I jump in right now on a double top? What's likely to happen when we hit double tops? We get a rejection sometimes, right?
Pull back.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll see what happens. If it pulls back or not. Will it? We don't know. I don't even have any lines for the Dow because I don't trade the Dow. Let me see if I even have any lines. I do, but nothing close. But yes, we do have this double top right here, so we're dealing with that. See what happens. As you can see, it's testing that line right now, right? Plus, you have the 200 MA right above here. If it does break out, you got to deal with that too, right? It's all jammed up there together. Now, that's on a 1 minute chart. What's a 2 minute look like? 2 minutes, everything's behind it. So if you're scalping, I generally use a 1 minute chart. If I'm using a 2 minute EWO, then I would use the 2 minute chart. So not much happening here. Doesn't impress me, quite frankly. But yes, you want to wait for that break and hold above that double top before entering the trade. Absolutely. If you're on that 1 minute chart, you know you're going to have to deal with the 200 up there. And as you can see on the chart, it is pulling back off of that level. And will it come back up and retest? It could very well. Right now, we have our indicators are all jammed up, and they're not quite how we want to see them lined up. I want to see the 9 to 21 and the 55 stacked on top of each other for an upward move. Right now, it's still in a short-term downward trend. It's basically just in this channel. Not very appetizing to me, personally. So I will move on from that. I'm not going to waste too much time on it. What's gold doing? The gold move? Gold. Let's try gold again. Let's look back at gold. Let me switch over here to my gold chart. There's my metals, and that's energy. That's not gold. Here we go. And let me get my gold chart up here. There we go. There's my gold. See, it's just kind of flat right now. So you got to watch for these breakouts. Again, the volume tends to drop on metals and energies and currencies after a little bit after lunch. And we're in that time period right now where the volume is not super high. You can see here on this volume chart, see how it's kind of a little bit lower. It's going on a lower trend down. Now, I can look here and see, do I have anything 407? That's clear up here. Yeah, there's nothing here substantial telling me it wants to pull down anywhere. There's no big walls here as far as orders bigger than the others. They're all pretty much even, same price. So this may consolidate here for a little bit. Again, you want to talk to yourself when you're talking about trades, right? Don't be afraid to talk to yourself out loud. Yeah, it sounds crazy to the outside world, but when you're by yourself and you're trading, talk yourself through your trade. If you can't, and Alonzo made this point yesterday, one of our paid members, so if you can't talk through your trade out loud, like you're telling somebody else about it, what you're going to do, what you're looking for before you do it, and what you're doing through the trade and talking out loud and describing it like you're talking to somebody sitting next to you, and maybe you're not ready to trade yet. And I thought that was a very astute observation on his part. If you can talk through your trade in a logical sense what you are doing, then maybe you can do it. Right now, I won't enter this trade because right now I'm at a double bottom. See this line right here? Double bottom, and there's this levels over here, all lined up together. If this breaks and holds below here, I will consider getting into the trade. Now I'll take a look and see. The reason I say that is because all my indicators are behind me at this point, right? These are all up here and up here. View up, everything's behind me. So can I enter a trade there? Yeah, but I'll wait on a break and a hold. There's my break. I want to see another candle form on the shoulder of this one, right? I'm getting into a regression channel here, but we'll see what happens. It may bounce right here because that's touching a regression channel, and that's where that wick is at, and that's on Coach's 2.0 indicators, which are on TradingView that you can't see. It's on my other screen right now. But look how that bounced. See, that's why you wait for the break, which is that candle, and a holder or a confirmation candle, whatever you want to call it. I didn't get that, did I? All I got was the break. If I'd have jumped in that, it would have pulled back on me and I would be in a losing trade. Now, this is still moving. It's still got energy. The whole hope is not up yet. I still got another minute on this candle. Let's look at the 1 minute and see what's going on with it. All right. So I still got a minute to go on this candle. So it's kind of stuck there right now. It's a good thing I didn't enter that trade because I told you what I wanted to do and I didn't do what I was looking for. So there you go. Trey 123, do we mentor? Yes, we do this right here live every day from 2 to 4 p.m. Do we do personal one-on-ones? No, not per se, we don't. We do have live training and trading 12 hours a day over here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we have live Zoom calls starting at 4 a.m. every single day till 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And with your paid membership, you can participate in that. You can ask questions through live open mic. You heard our members even just talking there a second ago because he has a live mic, right? So anyhow, I jumped in this trade real quick. There's a quick $1,000 right there right now. And giving that up, let's see what's going to happen with this candle. Are you going to come back down or not? What's my L2 show me? 402s. I'm seeing some 401s down here now. Coach teaches live every day. We're here VIP Gold, VIP, and Diamond memberships get 12 hours of training per day. There I am. I'm up $4,200 on that trade right now. I'm going to see. I should have took that 4104. I'm looking down here on my L2. Are those numbers getting bigger or smaller? Are they 400? Now I'm seeing 400s. If I see some 399s, that'll be really good. Here at the bottom of my L2 order book, which shows orders placed but not filled. They can be pulled at any time. I'm just going to go ahead and lock in that profit right now because I can. So let's see where we're at now, right? As soon as this closes out. Again, paper trading here leaves a lot to be desired, but it does execute the trades when you tell it to. So now I'm now only down $2,000 in my trade since we've went live. I'm going to wait for a setup here, see if it wants to pull down anymore. If it does, there's 399s at the bottom down here. There's a big 400, which is right there where the bottom of that candle is at currently. So I'm going to wait for that order to get filled and so that it gets that out of the way for a possible pull down to a lower. We'll see if it pops or not here. I've seen that wall at 400. It doesn't show on my screen now, but I saw it, right? So these people are already putting in orders here. So we will wait and see. We'll be patient if I even decide to sit in that trade, right? Yeah, Joseph, ideally, this is not an ideal situation that I got here with my iPad. Yeah, I can scrunch it in a little bit for you. Sorry about that. I might even bumped it, but that'll give you a little bit of view there. If you want the full screen view, you can go over to our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. That'll have my full screen that you can't see right now because of that. If I zoom out too far, you won't be able to see anything properly. So I highly suggest those of you on TikTok for today, if you will got to shoot over there to our YouTube channel, we'd be better. Yeah, it's not an ideal situation. I do not like the quality of doing this. It's not a good representation, but that's not because of American Dream Trading. It's because of Mark McCee's computer system not hooking up with with our streaming software. We're trying to resolve that. All right, Andre, see you over there on over on YouTube live chat. Yeah, Tesla. I'm not trading Tesla. They do have their earnings after the close today. It actually went up today early in the market. People were trading it, making money. I don't know if I would personally trade. I wouldn't trade Tesla. I just wouldn't personally. That's just me. I just don't trade Tesla. Have I? Yes, but I'm not a big trade Tesla fan. So let's see if this breaks this regression channel here, which is basically where the bottom of that candle is at presently. If it does, I have another strong level down at 97. So we'll see here. Jump in here a little bit quick here. I'm going to see if I can make a quick buck right here on this. See what happens here. Looking for it to pull down to 397. And the whole thing just changed. Boy, is this volatile. This whole L2 just changed on me. It's all right. We'll see what happens here. See some 97s, 98s there. I want to see some 97s down here. I have a level down at 397.2, which is what I'm looking for here, right? We'll see what happens. It's just kind of, the volumes is just not high enough really to give it that big push it needs, right? So we'll wait and see here if it wants to come down. It is still below the 9 as far as staying down. It's not, has not broken, held above the 9. So long as it stays down here, it would still be a good trade. My actual entry point would have been up here on the break and the hold of the 9. And then I could have just sat in there. I wouldn't have to stomach this scalping like I'm doing right here. So but we'll see what happens. It's just sitting there kind of flat right now. All right, what else we got going on here? The ES, the indices are starting to climb a little bit off the bottom. It did start at a 2-minute EWO here a few minutes ago. We missed out on that because I was fooling around playing with this gold when there was better trades going on. Wasn't paying attention to that either. So anyway, Katuski, whatever you say your name, Adatusky. What are we trading in? We are trading futures. This is the futures education and trading program for the 2 hours from 2 to 4. And we concentrate on trading futures. This here is gold, which is GC. For gold, it's the E-mini on gold. All right. Yep, the squeeze got to be worth the juice. And trading gold is. So I did make 5 figures trading gold today, so I had a pretty decent day for all the longer that I traded. I had to fill in for coach this morning, so I cut into a little bit of my trading time, but it doesn't matter. That's the great thing about futures trading. You can trade 23 hours a day, jump in any time. If you work during the day, you can trade in the evening. If you work afternoons, you can trade in the morning or you know, anytime during the middle of the night as far as that goes. You get home from work. Now here I go. Now this trade's going to turn positive for me. I've sat there. I'm going to not play around here. I'm green. I want to get out of this trade. See what happens here right now. And I waited too long. And now it's negative again. It's still in a downward trend though. There we go. There's a green candle. I'm going to take that $1,400. And it'll probably fall now that I've gotten out of it. The story of my life. Let's see where we're at now. How negative I am now. How am I only down? How am I down 2,600? What's going on here? Oh, now I'm down $1,600. So we'll look around for something a little better to trade. This one here is just kind of a little fidget or a little indecisive what it wants to do. Let's look at what's the Q's doing. They're same thing. 2-minute EWOs started there also. Missed out on that on the indices. So let's take a look at oil. What's oil doing? Oil also usually drops off in volume. Yeah, oil's a little choppy right now. Let's take a look at the indices, such as the S&P 500. And this one right here. Change the chart. I'm going to wait for a break and hold here above the 200 on my chart before I enter. That's this blue line right here. Okay. So we'll see here what, if anything, it does. Do I have much volume to the upside here? Yeah, we got a little bit here. It's trying it right now. It is consolidating, right? So I'm going to wait. My trade to the upside is the break and hold above this blue line, which is the 200 MA indicator. Okay. That measures the last 200 candles on the id chart. In this case, if this is a 1 minute, that'd be the last 200 minutes. And if I had it on a 2-minute chart, that'd be the last 400 minutes. It's the same thing, 200 candles back. And it adds them all up, subtracts, divides, shakes it up, divides by the square root of pi and minus the square root of the integral, and gives you a trend line. So, okay. Yep, should have gone to the park. Yep, over trading Oracle, that's how you lose money. If you're in futures, though, you can trade the rest of the day. You just got to be picky. Wait on them break and holds. Green is good. Doesn't matter what you make. Sometimes the best is to take your green and pack it up for the day and walk away. That's how we learn, over trading, right? You get trading too much. So I'm sitting here waiting on my setup to happen. which is the break and hold above this. Now you can see there aren't much volume. See how small them candles are? But I'm looking for a breakout, and that's at the, let me make this a little bit, stretch this out a little bit so we can see what's going on. For those that are playing at home, it's a 53.60 some level. 53, there we go, trying, it's just hanging there. So we got a ways to go. There it is, it pulled back off of that. So again, a bunch in here's a play here. Might be able to do this. Now again, I'm not going to chase this candle. Why? Because it may pull back 50%. It hasn't broke and held above the 200. Any play I have is going to be when to break in the next candle, which means it sits on the shoulder than the previous one, like this here. Back here, see this candle, and then the other one broke above and held above the shoulder on the next one. I don't want side-by-side candles. I want this to break on the next candle. You chase these big, what we call them gamma candles, even though there's no gamma. They'll tend to pull back 50%, and as you can see, it just did that, right? It hasn't broken, held away from the 200 MA. It's your second strongest indicator. It acts like it's a magnet, right? It'll suck the price down there, and you need to break that gravity of that line to get away from it. And right now, until the next candle forms here in 1 second, we'll see what happens.
Not seeing your cursor.
You can't see my cursor? Well, I'd have to go into my software there, and you should be able to see it on Zoom. Well, anyway. So, I was talking and turned my head. I should have entered down here. Oops, I didn't have a stop. I'm in this without a stop. That's not good. My button was unchecked. Always trade with a stop. All right. So we'll see what we get out of this, if anything. I want to get up there to that 303 mark right now. I'm up 250. I'm up 500, 700 on it right now. It's just kind of sitting there stagnant. Are you going to climb or what? What are you going to do? We got a little double top from over here. Always look behind you. See these here candles where they peaked at, which is basically where the top of this candle's at. It's got to break through there to get up to the next level. That's what I'm waiting on right here. This is a decisive moment. Is this going to break and hold above that, or is it going to pull back? If it starts to pull back at all, I'm going to get out of the trade. Right there's my moment of decision. You're going to go, oomph, oomph. Come on, you can do it. Come on. You know, sit there and talk to this thing. There's trying. It just doesn't want to break through. That's a double top. There's a previous level I just showed you. Looking backwards on my chart, it's got to break through this. If it can get enough steam to break up through there, I got a wall of 304.75. Call it 305. We'll go ahead and take that $1,200 there or whatever that ended up being profit, right? And close out this extra box here. So now where are we at? We're up to, I'm only $750 in the hole now, 748 to be exact, from a however far down I was earlier when we started this with my mistake right off the bat. Could I just blank that out and start it over from scratch? Well, sure, you could do that with paper trading, but what does that prove? It just proves that I'm a quitter, right? I'd rather try to trade my way out, not revenge trading. I'm taking good trades, waiting on the setups, right? So you should never lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account in any given day. If you can't tell me what 3% of your total account is right now, you should not be trading. If you don't know what it is right now, figure it out. That's the maximum amount you can lose in one day before you have to call it quits for the day and walk away. That is designed to help you preserve your account. When you hit that number, you can just walk away, right? Yes, the screen is a little bit different, crispy over there, because you're watching it live with a paid membership over here in the live Zoom call. If you come over, you'll be able to see that. Yeah, I don't know why you can't. What's that Zoom? Why is my cursor not showing up there? Yeah, I don't see it here on my little mini view either. Huh. That's different. Oh, I know why. Duh. Sharing the wrong screen. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this screen. This would probably make more sense, wouldn't it? Look at that. Mark's just full of technical errors today. How's that? Can you see my cursor now?
That's amazing.
Amazing. What technology can do when you click the right button. Now it matches. Okay, Crispy, thanks for saying that. She's like, well, Zoom's different here than it is on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating.
Okay, well, you got to remember who's running the controls here. So if you see something that doesn't make sense, go ahead and speak up. That's okay. I was showing my the one that I normally trade on my trading view. This is my Weeble screen here. This is what I'm trading on. I was showing you this thing here. I'm not showing you. Right. So I am down $748. I'm going to see if this is going to break up here or not. I got a big wall right here at that 305. So 305 is where I want to get above before I enter this trade, which is basically where the wick of that candle is, which is right there. So I want to see this climb up from there and see what we can do. What else barrier do I have? I have a 315. I have a huge barrier there also. Let's see what happens here. I do have a stop. That's a little bit big. I'm going to slide that up just a little bit. Always trade with a stop. It protects you on the downside. So if this suddenly sells off and pulls back, most I can lose would be right here. It'll stop me out at this point right here. Basically the top of these candles. So right now it's playing around and going from there. We'll give it a chance here and see if we can get some more pop up to that 315 area where I like to head up, which is way up here. That's a mile away at this point. I do have a minor double top, pretty much where it's at now. Nothing real big barrier in between there and where I'm at now. So kind of like in no man's land right here. There's really not a level there until I get up here a ways. So we'll see what happens if we want to blow through this channel without any information there. All right. Well, there we go. Let's see. Give this some room to play here. See what it does. We're going to get a pop up to what is that? 308 maybe. 308. What do we got here? 309 starting to show its head here. 309 would be up in here, around this area, give or take. I'm just going to pop a line there. Just give me some guidepost to go by so I can see where I want to go. Actually, I went 309 even. Right in there. Close enough. Close enough. This gives me a visual where I'm going to let this ride. Get up in there. Being patient. Right. I will tighten up my stop just a little bit here. I want to stay above this line here. If it breaks and holds below this, then I'll probably get out. But I do have my stop here below the 9 a little bit. So I do have my finger on the button just in case. You do have to give candles room to breathe. Watch here, I'm going to get stopped out. And that's what your stops are for. It's already stopped me out, but it just doesn't show it. Weeble's paper trading leaves a lot to be desired. See, now it finally went off. It actually stopped me out when I was right here, right? So I got stopped out on that one. And am I on the same thing here? Yeah. Why doesn't my chart match that chart? Oh, ain't no wonder. I was on a 2-minute chart. I'm watching the other chart. It was a 2-minute, and I'm on a 1 minute on this. All right, it'll be all right. So anyway, we'll see if this pulls back, if this drops back below the 9 or whether this bounces off. But see, that's how those wicks can get you when it pulls back. But you never move your stop out of the way. Once you decide where you're going to set a stop, you leave it there, right? Because what happens, you pull that back and it continues to fall. And it continues to fall and you keep moving your stop. Well, it's going to bounce. You don't do that. You take the loss and you move on to the next trade. That's just how you do that, right? And anyway, so I don't have any lines on this chart. My other chart's fully charted out. This one's not here. So I'm kind of watching 2 screens at once. What's our old friend gold doing? Did it do anything or just stay died? Yeah, gold's still at that. Gold's still fighting that double bottom. If it wants to break through that or not, I don't know. I'll have to take a look, see at it and see. Or triple bottom, actually, is what it looks like, right? I don't have a line right here. You can see that you got one right there. It goes all the way across, right? You can see how that goes across there? Right there. See how these topped out over here? So if it breaks and holds below this line here, there might even be a play to the downside, but I don't know. We'll see. This again, the volume really drops off quite a bit this time of the day in the metals market. There's a break of it, but it hasn't held below it yet. So I want to wait and see what's going to happen here. If I can get a break and a hold, then I will consider playing it to the downside. But as of yet, I am not there. There's the break. There's a confirmation candle. Let's see if this is going to go down. It turned green there for a second, didn't it? So you got to watch. No big, strong momentum to the downside, is there? Nothing convincing me that it wants to continue downward. See how it's just sitting there not doing anything? That is not trying to talk me into a trade. I'm not going to want to wait. 395 level, which is just a hair below it, right? So if I would jump in this too soon, it's more liable to pull back on me. This candle here just doesn't have the energy. Let me show you what happens if you jump in too soon here, all right? So I didn't let this candle form all the way, all right? So more than likely what's going to happen, I mean, I could get lucky, but since I jumped in here without waiting for the volume to really show you a strong candle that it really wanted to continue that way, you know, there was a high likelihood I'd lose money on this trade. Now, I still can, but you watch, I'll make all kinds of money now because I jumped in trying to show you, thinking it might retrace on me there for jumping in a little bit too soon. That's all right. We'll just go ahead and play it since I'm in it now anyway. Got fortunate on that trade. Now I'm looking at oh, that's even better. 392, which is right down in here. So right back down where that little white tag is at there. About where it's sitting right now. We'll just go ahead and cash out on that right now. All right. Go that way. All right. Go back to our friend ES. Did it ever break out or not? It's still, you know, see, even ES, it's not very impressive at the moment. My little thing here, doodad. So here's where that breakout I was waiting on, right? Still hasn't broke away from that yet. If it can get me some energy here, I'd like to play that up to that 315. I got a nice, got a next level up there, 315 on that, but just not wanting to do it. Lost the volume. Now again, volume will pick up after 3 o'clock, around 3:30ish. Probably people want to exit their trades and those type of things. Now, can I enter this trade? And right, it is a good trade to the upside, short-term trend to the upside. So it is a good one up to about the 315, 316 area right now, because I'll come up on another double top, right, from earlier today up here in this area. This is what I was referring to. This level's right here. So that might find resistance when it gets that high. Could I buy and just let it sit there and go? Yeah, I could. Ideally, I would have got in here on a 2-minute EWO back here, right? And I could have rode that all the way up and just sat there and watched, right? So, again, have I held above this right here? Yeah, there's a break. There's a whole, but there's still, again, right here. See how weak this candle is? These things will tend to pull back on you if you're not careful, right? That's why it's always best. See, I jumped in here. But there's my break. Then, you know, the hold one's just not convincing, right? So this is where I bought it at right here, this level, right in the middle. That line is actually in the middle of this box. And it's just teetering there. That's not a good thing. You want to wait for a good confirmation for that to pop up. Now it is holding above the 9. As long as it does, it would be all right. But these are the things, these little things like this is what costs you money in a trade, right? So you really want to wait for that nice break and hold. And this is not demonstrating that at all. So that is a reason not to jump into that trade, right? And by doing that, you know, you're going to lose money. Here, let me show you how much that costed me doing. There's $200 down just for that little bit. It doesn't take a lot of movement to make you lose a lot of money, right? Again, I am trading 20 contracts. It's a sizable amount, but it's all relative, right, to your account size. So, you know, it's the same percentage loss on my account size as it is on yours if we both enter and exit a trade at the same time. So we can let this go here for a little bit. Now, why don't I have a stop in there? What's the matter with me? So that means I have to go in here into my positions. I have to go in here and manually enter a and a stop, right? So now I got to go in here, manually put it. Where do I want it at? I want it down here. I'll just call it 5,300. How's that? No. Yep. I'll make it 5,300. See how clunky this is by not having it pre-programmed, right? There we go. There's my stop. So you can do that manually too. If something happens, it's just clunky to do it that way. I can do it quicker than that, but so now I have a stop. Now I can adjust it wherever I want. So that's what happens when you don't have this button click down here when you enter a trade. Well, now I'm getting, see how this is slowly stair-stepping up. It's not exciting. The volume's low. But if you got the patience to sit in this, as long as it stays and holds above, doesn't break and hold below the 9 or the 21, it's still a good trade, right? So, I'm up a couple $100. Nothing I'm to write mom about, but, $200 is $200, right? Again, I'm looking for this 315 level. 315, what's it say on my chart? 315, about right here. I'm going to put a rough line there. All right. This is kind of where I was heading for right here on this line. And I'll get out of it. I'll think about taking profit, whatever profit's there. Just because that's a line of resistance on my chart. As you can see, a long way to go. Here, let me spread this out a little bit. It's actually further apart than what it looks like on my chart, right? It's all scrunched together. So there. Let me slide this down here. And I have my stop down here below the 200, but it doesn't need to be that low. I'm going to go right here between the 9 and the 21. So if this pulls back, it will limit my downside. More likely, if it pulls back, it's going to come down and hit the 9. A lot of times a wick will poke through there. So you got to give a little bit of a gap. Maybe we'll move that up a little bit, right where these candles here are at. That's a level down. So imaginary line across this level here, right? So, all right. So we'll let this play out. Let it breathe. It's still staying above the 9. Again, very slow. I'm going to sit here and wait as this approaches this line that I'm looking at. That ain't even the right line. I said 315. Didn't I? Or what did I say? 315. 315. This is all right. That's a little better. That's the line I was aiming for up here. Based on the line I have on my chart. Let's put it that way. So now I'm up $300 basically. And why am I only up $300? Because Mark got into the micro instead of the big ones. You see that? See me trading the micro? That's why I wasn't going anywhere. Let's see. We're going to change that right now. I'm going to take my profit right there and get back into the E-minis instead of the micro. There's the E-mini. E-mini. There we go. Now we're back on that chart. All right. Let's spread this out a little bit. I wanted 315 and about a half. Somewhere in that neighborhood, close enough right there. As you can see, it's pulling back to the 9. I did take that little couple dollar profit on that other one. All right, let's check out gold. This is not doing anything at the moment. If anything, it's pulling back. Whole market's kind of stink right now, to be quite honest with you. All right, let's see here. See, gold's pulling back. Oh, it broke through that double bottom. Missed that. Oh, well. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything? Got a little level there, which is at that 390, which is where it's at right now. So I want to see it break that. Go right below where these consolidated at. So anyway, I mean, there's many trading strategies that Coach employs and teaches us on a daily basis. 2-minute EWO is the best one that everybody should do. In other words, when do you enter on a 2-minute chart? You would go right here. This would have been your entry to the downside here. So you would have entered here, and wrote it down. That helps you get into a good entry when these things cross over. So this, I'd have entered this trade right here and then been writing this down the whole way. Same way here, I could have got in it right here, wrote that up, got that profit. It was short-lived on that one. And here's one right here. We get in this one, which here would have been my entry. Could have rode that bad boy all the way down, made all kinds of money on that. Same way over here. Got in up here, got out over here when it pulled back down. Briefly turned green, but went back to red. So nothing really impressive. This is a sit on your hands moment, really. So this is Weebles, what you see on my screen today. I do use TradingView as my primary charting software and now trading software. I just thought I'd switch it up and go to trading or to Weeble, which is my broker's software today. Even when I am trading with my TradingView, it is connected to my Weeble account. So all the live data and everything comes right from Weeble into my account. Yeah, let me see here. Adjust this page a little bit so TikTok thinks I'm still sitting here, right? There. Adjust that out, back out to where it was at. Right. Adjust this a little bit. We'll zoom out just a hair. There we go. Again, if you want a better view, head on over to YouTube. That would be the better place to go to see that, right? So, stop losses on every trade. Make sure you always have a stop loss on your trades when you enter them. Okay. So here I can see if I can make a few dollars here or not. I'm already up and I'm on the short here down to this double bottom. Then I'm going to get out. You get out before it hits that blue line right there. Go ahead and take the, whatever I just made on that, 400. Is that what it said? 800? Whatever it said. Yeah, I'm just closing these stops out. Those are just the stops. I need to make these bigger anyway, so I have room to move it with. So if I was going to re-enter this trade, I'd wait for this break and hold below this double bottom. See how that is where it hit there? I can probably scroll back and find other places if I went back far enough, right where it hits. There's the last time it came down the line down there. See that, how it bounced? So that's a pretty critical level right here. So I want to see this support level. It hit that 3 times and reacted accordingly. That's why I took the profit when I did there. So there we go. Wait and see what happens here. So let's talk a little bit about AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, we are live here 3 times each and every day. Coach is live from 9 to 11, talking everything investing. I'm live every day here from 2 to 4, talking about futures, education, and training. And at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, we have our show is called the Aftermarket Show. It's an American Dream Trading channel. You can go over there and watch that starting at 5 p.m. and talk about your trades that you did today. You can actually talk on a live open mic here if you join the panel. It's up to you. You can even turn on your camera if you want to share your camera. Now, we do have some promos going on still here. Again, these are limited in amount that will be sold, and Coach can withdraw this offer at any time. So I would highly recommend, if you're sitting on the fence, you want to up your trading, because what you see on these lives is literally the tip of the iceberg. It's just the way it is, right? Our Diamond Lifetime membership, that's our all-inclusive, the kitchen sink, the cat's meow. It's everything that we've ever had. Lifetime memberships to trade stocks, stock options, crypto, and futures all rolled into one. It's everything we've ever created, every video, every training document, any mentorship program recordings, gold breakout rooms recordings, you name it, Saturday trainings, all of that is included. And also anything that we release in the future is at no additional cost. It's a one and done membership for lifetime. It's $10,000. That's a $50,000 value. In today's value, it doesn't even account for what we may release in the future. And during the promo, we will allow you to make 2 $5,000 payments if you wish. And then we have our combo pack of our VIP Gold, which you can buy each one of them separately, but that gives you that along, or the Diamond gives you 12 hours of training per day, 5 days a week. We start at 4 a.m. Eastern time, clear through 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And then we also have a Saturday day session. And then you could buy just the VIP by itself, which is $4,000. You can make 2 payments of that, $2,000. If you already have the VIP and you want to add the gold, then you can do the $4,000. The gold add-on, you must have the VIP membership to be able to get that. And then we have the futures membership, which is what we're talking about here. 1 payment of $4,000. If you like, you can break it up into 2 payments of $2,000 each. I will note, if you fail to make your second payment a month from now, you will lose your membership. No refunds issued. So make sure you make that payment, or you can pay it all at once, $4,000, one and done, be done with it. Over on our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com, you can join our free Discord over there. That will have all this information there also. And there's actually a comparison chart that you can take a look at and compare all of them on one handy dandy little page. Head on over there, check out, grab that free Discord, and check out our membership packages. Today's the day to do it. Change your life. Get that education you need before you start throwing money in the market. And these are lifetime packages. Now, we do have all of these packages and annual payment plans also. But after a couple of years, you've already spent more than what you would have if you'd have just bought this all up front on the lifetime. So it's excellent to value at any price. All I can tell you is every membership I've bought, and I have bought every single one of them, except for this futures one because I was a moderator and it was just part of the deal, or I would have paid for it. I've always made my money back within days or the first week or so of having that membership, just by gaining the additional knowledge. Does that happen to you? Can't say that. All I know is how I did. So check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Check it out now. Again, unlimited. This is Webull that I'm using. It's my brokerage software that you see here today. It's Webull. Fully customizable. You can put charts. All these things on here are here because I chose to put them on. There's widgets over here. Over here you can see on my screen. You can't over on TikTok, but over here on my right screen there's a widget where it has, I don't know, 100 different widgets you can put on your screen or more. I don't know, I've never really counted them. There's a bunch, all kinds of different things you can put on your charts. Put as little or as much as you want. I try to keep mine pretty simple, actually. So, and of course you can't see my whole screen over there on TikTok. If you want to see my entire screen, go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So, anywho, that's enough of that. Again, Coach also has rules that you need to follow every single day. Let me tell you about that.
Write in that journal you're not writing in while you're not finding success. If you look in the mirror and go, I'm not finding success, did you follow all the rules? I would bet you did not. Am I right? How many of us in here that have continued to fail at this are not following the rules? And every time you follow the rules, you find success. And then you don't follow the rules. And you get emotional and then you don't. Anybody show of hands? Is that anybody in here?
Yep, I'm right there, Coach.
There it is. Yep. Thank you.
Yep, sir.
Yep.
In the past.
Yep.
Sure.
Now listen, hey, I do it all the time. We're human. I understand. But again, my job is to make sure that you guys are putting your best foot forward and doing the job. I still make mistakes. I still live trade and make mistakes. I still do stupid human things. But my job is to try to help correct you, right? I understand you guys will slip up. I get it. We're human. I understand. Nobody's perfect. I understand. But what I want every single day is so you go, you know what, today I'm going to try. Today I'm going to try to do that. That's all I can ask, right? Of anybody on any team, anywhere. I put them out there. I put the rules in place. You guys can follow it. We can either win the game or not. So today, are you going to win the game and follow the rules? Or are you going to go by your own playbook, fail again, wake up tomorrow and go, I'm going to start again? How about you start this today? How about right now is the time? How about right now? I challenge all of you. Don't you dare quit on yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in the time that you need. You're not going to get it in a month. Learn. Stop trading and start training. I need all of you on point. I want everybody to be successful. I would love to have more success stories, more millionaires, more people retiring, right? I would love that. We love those success stories. If you're in the beginning, I would love for it to be able to pay for your groceries, right? Or you made enough to pay that phone bill. You got new tires on your car. You paid down some debt. You were able to get some Christmas that you wanted, right? All of those things, all right? We're all in different places, but I need you guys focused and I need you committed. I need everybody in the room to commit. Is everybody in this room going to commit?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Promise.
We can do it. We can do it together. Start today. I don't want no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing other than, yes, I did that. Some of the rules. Okay, somebody, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. All the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
Happened, or you are doing something wrong. You don't have your act together. So let's take another quick look around. Again, make sure you go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com, grab them memberships. It's time to upgrade your training, because what you see here is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, you go over there, your mind will be blown what you will see. You can get in on a monthly basis for the premium membership. Does not include futures, but it will get you in the door for at 8:45 every morning and give you up to 4 p.m. live training on the Zoom call. That's at $125 a month. It's basically a starter package, right? Get you in the door, get you to learn stuff, get you the basics down. You probably won't be there in that level for very long, and you'll want to upgrade and get one of the more advanced tradings. But that only allows you in from 8:45 to 4 p.m. every single day. But it's a good place to start. Come in, kick the tires, ask questions. Gives you more access to more training. And you can join our live Zoom call each and every day in trading stocks. So check that out. AmericanDreamTrading.com, starting at $125 a month. Our operators are standing by, waiting to take your call. Don't try to call. We don't have a phone number, for one thing. We don't have any operators. But we do have moderators available to help you out over in our Discord 24/7. There's always somebody around. And see you later, Steve. Steve said goodbye. He's taking off for the day. One of the great things about day trading, you can do it as long or as little as you want each and every day. I do this full time. This is my full-time vocation, day trading. I trade each and every single day that I'm able to. So we can see we got a little bottom bounce off the gold. I didn't trade it because I wasn't paying attention. So I missed that opportunity. Doesn't mean there won't be more, but oh well. There's always something running. You just got to pay attention to what's going on. That's all there is to it. Let me go over here. Move these out of the road. All right. So ES has kind of gone flat, stuck in that channel. What else we got? What's copper doing? Anything? Copper don't have much volume. What about the euro? Is the euro doing anything? No, not really. It's down for the day. And what about the Dow? The Dow is hanging up there also. So everything's kind of, quite frankly, crap right now, put it bluntly. Can we make money? Yeah. Won't be very entertaining for you to sit here and stare at a screen that's barely moving, but you know, there's money that can be made. Ooh, look at that. I didn't close that stop out. I almost got filled there. I think I caught that, huh? Not that it matters. It's just paper trading accounts, not real money. So anyhow, if this breaks and holds below here, can I get in this trade? Yeah, I can. Again, I'm not really thrilled with the volume here right now today. I kind of low. You know, everybody's coming back from the Easter weekend. Overseas markets came back in for the first time today. So I was a little cautious. The volume came back in, but wasn't. I mean, we made really good money today, but it's just the volume just kind of like everybody's taking a few minutes to get back into the groove. I guess I don't know. Kind of strange. Anyway, there we go. So, anybody see anything to the downside over there? I don't right now. It's worth looking at. If you do, holler it out. Let's see. Let me check out, see what soybean oil did today. Keep an eye on soybean oil. If we improve our trade relations with China, you'll probably start seeing soybean oil move around. It's actually to the downside yet. So until us and China get our acts together, come to some sort of agreement, because we export a lot of that. So just wanted to keep an eye on soybean oil, which is ZL, is what you can take a look at. Speaking of oil, let's look at real oil. Crude oil, Texas tea. There we go. Swimming pools, movie stars. For those of you old enough will know what that is. One of my favorite shows. All right, what else we got? Leah, do people still use operators? Yeah, no, we don't have any operators. We don't deal on the phone. The only way we deal with people live is through our Discord, which is free to get into. You can communicate inside our stock lounge for free. Talk to other members, moderators, and such. Discuss trades, ask questions. Matter of fact, you could even fill out a help desk ticket for free if there's something you want to ask that way. And also through our membership, through our live Zoom calls where members can open their mics at any time and ask a question. Or they can use the live Zoom chat feature and type in their questions and comments. That's how we do that. If we will never DM you, we'll not send you a Telegram or a WhatsApp message of any kind. Anybody that offers to trade from you, purports to be from American Dream Trading, that is a scammer. We will never contact you in any way. The only way we talk to each other is in our Discord and inside our live Zoom. So first clue somebody's a scammer, because they can copy my profile. My copy's been profiled many times. My profile has been copied and used by scammers many times. Number one, I know I'm not allowed to DM anybody. So if you get a DM, you know that's not me. And number two, you're more likely to be followed up. Hey, how's your trading going? Or you want me to help trade your crypto for you? You got any questions? You know, they do that kind of crap. Well, anybody contacts you in a method, that's 100% a scammer. We will never, ever, ever, and never have contacted anybody via a DM. So unfortunately, that's just part of belonging in social media, that people will copy other people's profiles and purport to be them and try to scam people out of their money. Discord, I mean, you can get in there and change your settings not to accept DMs from anybody. That solves 80% of the problem right there. You'll never be contacted that way. All right, what questions do we have over here? Let's see. Looking over here at YouTube. Chicken nuggets over there, and Tom and Crispy, Article, Joey Pie, and a bunch of others. Same over here on our TikTok live feed. Again, if you don't like this look here, again, you're getting the views directly from my iPad. It's a temporary thing until we get our issue resolved. But you can go to our YouTube channel and get the full view if you like. Again, we do have our promo, right, going on. I'll show it to you real quick. If you like, you can take a screenshot of that or go over to our free Discord at American Dream Trading Discord. AmericanDreamTrading.com and check it out over there. Again, we have a diamond lifetime. That's our all-inclusive for 10K, one payment. Or if you want, you can make two payments of 5,000 each. VIP Gold Complete for 8,000. And you can split all these payments in half, make two payments. The Gold Aft Lifetime and the Futures Lifetime for 4K. Divided by 2 if you want to make two payments in a row instead of one. If you want to make it one and done, that works also. Check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. And see, you missed that little nice bottom bounce run up there on gold. It's pretty much just sitting there flat. Copper, I love trading copper too. Let's see here. We'll look at the currencies. We'll look at the euro. It's still on a downward trend, as is what you see here is crude. Let's go look at where the action's at. That would be in the indices. So let's look here at that. So if we get a break below this 55, I will probably enter that trade as long as it shows some strength to the downside. We do have some levels down here where you can see where these topped out right here, right? So I can put a line there if I want to. Play it down to that area. We'll see what happens here. What do I got for pulling down? We'll see here. I do have a level at 294 up here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Let's see what happens. Anyway, see, you got to wait for that break and hold below that level. So we'll see what happens here. What did I do? I didn't wait on the hold candle, did I? No, Mark didn't. Is Mark going to pay the price for it? Well, I hope not. But if I did, it's my own fault because I didn't wait for that confirmation candle. So we get back to that screen. If you didn't take a screenshot of that. There we go. We'll see what happens with this trade here.
You're also on the 2-minute mark.
Yes, I am. Thank you for that. When I'm scalping, I'm on a 1 minute. There we go. Hoping to get down to that 294 mark, which is right in here, this area right in here, at which point I will take profit. In fact, I'm going to take it there while that candle's still strong. Lock in my profit. It's approaching that level 294, so we'll see if there is a resistance here or even a little pullback. I don't have an actual line on this chart, but I do on my other chart. We'll see if it breaks through. So now I'm up $212 after having those poor trades that I had earlier. I'm now in the positive. I'm now green by taking smarter trades, right? Now I got this 294. What does that say? 294. Even. I'll slap a quick line on here real quick just to kind of give you guys a visual. It's off by 10 cents, but close enough. I want to see that break below that. If it does, that might be a good indication for some move down to the 52.80 level where VWAP is at down here. I do have another minor level right here that I'll have to break through. Right, there's some minor looking back. See how these peaked here? So always look backward. Right, if you don't have any lines on your chart, you can look back on your chart and see where possible resistances are. All you got to do is look visually, see where these stopped. Right. These bounced once they did break along that line. So that's another point of resistance. And down here, VWAP is another point of resistance here. So people started throwing orders in there after I got in. So I want to see these back down. I'm going to see 92s, 93s, and 2s down here. If not, I might have to switch my position here. Well, we'll see. I'm not going to let this go up too much. See if this is going to pull back down, if this is just a temporary pullback. Generally, you have a 5 to 7 candle rule. Here's one here was green, so there's your red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then look, it pulled back on the 6th. See how that works? And generally what that's just telling you, it's a time-based kind of thing. 5 to 7 minutes is a long time to be in a trade for a lot of traders, and they'll sell off and you'll see a pullback on the price. That works to the downside. It works to the upside. It's just a general rule observation. Again, nothing's 100%, but that's a good thing to keep in the back of your mind on that. We'll see what happens here with this trade. If we want to pull to the downside, we are in power hour where people want to get out of their trades. However, it can be very volatile and switch around on you in a hurry. So you may think it's been down all day and all of a sudden people want to come in and start buying it up on sale, and that thing can really turn around and take off on you. So you really got to be careful. And I don't have one. I'm sitting here trading without a stop again. What's the matter with me? What happened there? Oh, well. My finger is going to have to be the stop on this one, on any pullbacks. I didn't click my button down here. Put that back in there. It's supposed to be pre-programmed in. So I'll use my finger to get out of this trade whenever I need to. All right. So see if we're going to get a pull down here to that what do I got? 52.88, something like that. Easier said than done sometimes, but I will take whatever profit I can get because this is just wanting to hang here. Not a big pull. 289s. I want to see. Yes, that would be great if it go down to 289. That would be very profitable to me, and there it is. And I'm going to take that profit. I'm going to lock that in. That's about $3 or $4 grand I just made right there. I think. Let's see. Yes, I went from what I have on there. What did I say I had? $100, $200. I'm now at $4,143 after being down. How much was I down? I was down about that much, wasn't I, earlier on that bonehead trade earlier in the day? So by taking good quality trades, yes, you can recover. But if you just come in here and jump in and out, so as you can see, I'm up $4,154 since we started this. I was actually, you might want to say I'm up $8 grand because I threw away $4 grand, right? Battled back out to break even, and now I'm up 4,000 on top of that. So sometimes now when them things happen to you, be happy with what you got and call it a day. Pack your bag up, take your ball home, and go have a good day rest of the day. Right? But I got a half an hour left here or more with you guys, so we could still play here a little bit, right? So that's a good time to do that. So really the end of the season is the only thing showing volume. Again, see right here, that level we was talking about earlier. I want to see it break and hold below that and then make another play down to VWAP, which is your strongest indicator, volume weighted average price. And it would probably reject, if not slow down right there at that yellow dotted line at VWAP. So I'm going to have to be patient before entering this trade now to see if it breaks and holds below that level. If it don't, then so be it, right? We'll go find something else. Not that there's much moving at this moment, but you can't be. You either sit there and wait for the perfect setup, or if you can't stand sitting there and you feel like you're going to make a dumb trade just for the sake of trading, well, maybe you better walk away from your trading platform. You will wreck your account doing that. Gold is in a good place to trade, but it doesn't have any volume and it hasn't broke away from its level that it was at. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah. Down here, metals, gold. See how it's all jammed up here against the indicators? So gold did hit a new all-time high, so down from that, obviously. Did do this bottom bounce that we missed out on. I really want to wait for a candle to the downside here to play it to the downside, right? Make a little few bucks off of that, but I want to see what this candle does. It's got to break below these right here. So it's got to get through that to be able to go anywhere down. So I'm watching these candles here as kind of a place to that I want to jump in at if it does it, if it presents itself. So we're talking, I want to see the price about 33.91. We have some 33.90s down here now. Could be promising. There's a 91 right there, that wall right there. 31 is isn't that what I said? 391. Yep, that's right there where this is at. I'm definitely going to wait for this to say 91 before I even think about jumping in. And I'll sit here and wait for it patiently, see if it breaks that. And it'll either bounce at that point or it'll break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Did anybody catch that reference? Huh? Did you? You got gray hairs? Know what that song was? If you do, you can type it in here. Let me see who knew what that was.
I have gray hair and I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have gray hair and you don't know what I'm talking about. Do you not know fine music? Oh my.
Break on through to the other side.
Yeah, we just can't sing it. We'll get a band. That's the only problem. That's why I didn't say it out loud, sing it out, the whole thing. TikTok will give you a strike in a heartbeat. They are really tough on those type of things. Or not TikTok, YouTube. YouTube is real tough on that stuff. Leah, she's got a gray stripe. Okay. Hey, Scalping Strategy, how's it going over there? How's your did you take advantage of that for that week over here with us or not yet? What's going on over there? You in the Zoom call today or not? You're right, Toby. Toby for the win. There we go. Doug's out for the rest of the day, so pass that on to him that you were here when I talk to him the next time. Got running around to do today. So we're sitting here staring, watching paint dry, essentially is what we're doing, is watching paint dry. Isn't this exciting to watch paint dry? There we go. That looks a little better. Let's see what we got. Nah. Haven't had a slow day like this for a while, have we? A little bit tough. Again, just doesn't want to break through this double bottom here. See how it came down and tested it again and bounced? We've been talking about that level for quite a while now. I think if it can break that, man, you might get some downward motion on that, down in that VWAP. You don't want to do it, that's all. Yeah, the Qs will pretty much mimic the S&P 500. Not always, but you can pretty much look at both of them and the charts will look the same. There's the ES. There's the NASDAQ. There's the NASDAQ. This is ES. See, they're almost exactly the same. Just different price scale. One's the NASDAQ 100. The other one's S&P 500. I don't know how bad I want to sit here and wait for this to break through that level. Just don't want to do it. And that's fine. We'll go find something else. If there is anything else, nothing.
Gold's
really.
raking.
Gold breaking the bottom through. Yeah, did I miss our opportunity? We'll see here. Oh, are you teasing me or what? Gold's sitting there. Okay. Oh, it did break that minor level. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. That I was waiting on. That 391 mark, right? Let's see what happens here. 397. Where's that at? 388. So 387's down here. What I want to see. I'm looking here to the downside at the bottom. What happens? It's 88s now. We're still fighting over the price. Yeah, this will be my last trade in gold. I ain't going to sit here and play around in this. It's just kind of, the volume's not there to really support what I want to do here. Now I'm just taking trades to take trades. That's not what you should do. Even though I'm making money, I'm making a considerable amount of money on this trade. I'm up $3,200 on this trade right now, on this pullback. Thank you for that call out. I'm up $4,000 on this trade now. Again, this is my goal, is right here at this line. I will sell out before I get there and lock in my profits. Will I give up some good money? Yeah, probably. But, you know, I'd rather lock in what I could see right now rather than risk a large pullback. If this thing pauses anymore, I'm going to just go ahead and ditch it. And watching this candle. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, see that pause there? There we go. Boom. Probably just made $6,000 on this trade. We'll see. This processes.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Checks in the mail. And I am now up $10,496 after being down whatever it was, 4,000 in the hole. Right? Again, one bad trade doesn't define you as a trader. So I told you what I wanted to do on this trade, did I not? I said I wanted it to break this little minor double bottom resistance or support, I mean, that was here. It's not real big, but if you look back historically, remember we looked back at it. And then I have this double bottom, triple bottom, strong resistance here. And I told you I didn't want to enter a trade till I did that. And I looked away, and one of our members said, hey, broke it. I went over, jumped in. Wasn't even 3 candles, right? Was less than 3 minutes. Now I'm up $10,496 on trading gold. There you go. All right, question. Who thought, well, he's $4,000 in a hole. That sucks. What's this guy doing? Well, you know, main thing is you don't panic, right? I know I can do it if I just make good decisions. Every time you make a bad decision, you end up paying for it, right? Who was there when I was down 4,000 in the hole? Or whatever. Might even been more than that. I don't know. We'll just say 4. There we go. Ange. Oh, Ange. Wow.
Yes.
Holy cow. Did you kick my butt today?
No,
What do you mean
but
no?
I trained people today. I
Uh-huh.
did good things for other people,
Uh-huh.
and the market gave me back what I needed. So
There
we're
you
all good.
go. Did you scroll up and see what I posted? Oh, scroll up a little bit.
Oh, look at you.
You sure you didn't beat that?
I didn't, but I
I-
love this for you.
I did that while you was gone when you said goodbye. I did that in about,
That's
what, an hour and a
amazing.
half live,
Yes.
calling out what I was going to do before I did it. Yeah.
Boomer.
20 contracts at a time.
That's amazing. Boomer, guess what?
What?
That's a snack.
Snack?
That's
Come
a snack.
on. Well, I seen the percentage you posted there. I know you had to have.
That's a snack.
Oh, I
No, I
want to
got
know
some work
more
to do.
later. I want to know more later. I knew you had. When I seen the percentage. I don't know what you have in your account, but I can, we've been around long enough together. Good for you. Good for you. Am I allowed to say the percentage?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Our moderator, our training moderator, the one, the only, who started this whole program here with ADT, as a matter of fact, Ange, added 26.54%. That's not on a trade. That's on her total account.
Yep.
She grew her account by a 26% today, and she didn't even trade all day. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, six trades.
6 trades. Congratulations. That is just awesome. That's how you grow your account, people. Yes, she has a larger account now, but she started out with $500, and now she's a bazillionaire. We'll just say that. I know I'm exaggerating for effect, but she's doing very well. And she's a very good trainer, and she practices what she preaches because she learned it the hard way herself, right? And she learned it by listening to Coach's voice. Good job, Ange. Proud of you. I love it when you kick my butt.
And actually, she knows she never has to go back to work.
Exactly.
That's even more, right,
She's
Ange?
like 21 years old and she's retired. 21 years old with 4 kids and she's retired. No, she's older than 21.
22?
Yeah, maybe somewhere. That's pushing it. She wishes.
My daughter's 22.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How old's your son?
He'll be 19.
Oh, okay. Because isn't he also kind of looking at this stuff?
Yep.
Wondering why in the world is he going to school?
Yep.
Yep. As a matter of fact, her son will be trading with us this summer. Oh, he already is trading part-time, right? He's in training, learning the ropes.
Yeah.
Learning
He's
how to do
probably
it.
listening right now.
Good for him. Good for 26%. Boy, you better put that in the profit loss thing.
Oh yeah, I will when I'm done for the day. I'm not done yet.
Yes, you are. No way.
Probably not. We'll see what the
Okay.
market gives us.
Okay, that's all I'm doing. That's all I did for an hour and a half, trading gold. Yeah, when you said you didn't beat me, I'm like, really? Come on, 26% of your account? Come on, jeez. Good job, Ann. Proud of you. She started with a $500 account and built it $5, $10, $15 at a time every trade. Not that she won every trade, but over a couple months, her account grew
It
substantially,
accumulates.
and you end up trading bigger as time goes by. That's how you build your account up, one trade at a time. Hi, Richard. Good to hear your voice. I thought maybe you took a nap on us or something.
No, I actually ended up making 26 bucks and some odd change
There
today.
you go.
On
Trading
my
micros?
first time at, oh yes, absolutely.
Good.
Very small.
There you go.
Because I know I should be in here with paper trading, but it's like,
Boy,
no, I
you'll make your
decided I
son
would
proud.
do a little bit.
I know he's here, but good for
Yeah.
you. And you took the advice, even though you are a somewhat experienced trader, right? You didn't come in here and start throwing a lot of money in. You started out like a brand
Small.
new trader, right? And treated
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
respect to learn how to do it. Trading micros.
But I have to say, the amount I made on these, it was just a few tiny candles.
Yeah.
Where in the options that I've been trained with and do, those wouldn't have made me anything. It would be
That's
like,
right. Especially if
that
it pulls
is
back on you.
insane. Yeah, I still am a little bit like, whoa, that's a pretty good sized wick there. It went up really nice my way, and then all of a sudden, whoa, where did that wick come from?
Yeah, exactly. So,
But
but that's how you build your account day by day, right? It's not
yeah.
it's not the money. It's you're executing trades and you're taking intelligent trades, trying to follow the rules as much as possible, right?
Well, I told my son if I just make 20 bucks a day, I'm gonna have 400 at the end of the month, and it's like not gonna tell my wife, and it's my mad money.
Uh-oh.
Johan, you didn't hear that. Close
No,
your
we
mic.
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll swear your son to secrecy also.
But you know, you
Hear that,
started
son?
like
I love that.
in November, right?
Yep.
So I mean, if I can in even a year, I don't care. If I can in a year start to produce like you guys are, man, that's change your life stuff.
Yep. Yes, it is. Today was an account changing day for a lot of people, members today, right?
Yeah.
The upside of the market and then playing it to the downside. Imagine if I'd have been in here all day trading. I only traded an hour and a half. That was because I had to fill in for coach this morning. So I didn't even start trading. I never took a single trade until
later with gold. I saw you take gold.
Whatever it was, 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever time it
Yep.
was.
Yep. That's when I kind of came in. Yep.
Yep. Traded it live in front of the members, calling out what I was doing. So anyway, good job. Look at the people making money here. And again, he said he only made to what most people would scoff at. You would spend more in buying a hamburger in a fancy restaurant, right?
Yeah.
But that's how you build your accounts, day by day by day by day. And one day you wake up. Matter of fact, I challenged one of our members here today. I told him, I just picked a random date out of my head on whatever I said. May 26th, put on there. Mark said I would be amazed what my account size is on this date. So he wrote that on his calendar. And when that comes up about a month from now, and he'll look back and he'll be, oh, that Mark is right. I am amazed how much I have in my account. Because why? Because he's starting to show that he knows what he's doing. The light bulb's gone off, and he's playing smartly. He's doing small amounts every day and making nice profits every day. He grew, what did he grow his account? 12% today? Something like that. It was phenomenal, right? Are we talking about $1 million he made today? Absolutely not. Doesn't matter the dollar amount. Percentage is what grows your account day after day after day. You don't worry about the money. You worry about the mechanics of making a good trade. And that's why I tell everyone in here, Richard is an experienced trader. He's a fantastic moderator and trainer on how to trade and how the markets work, and his financial background in banking and as a brokerage, working for a large brokerage firm. So he's got a financial background, but being a day trader is a totally different ball of wax. right?
Totally
They don't
different.
teach you that being a banker, do they?
Nope.
So he's in here learning a skill just like the rest of us. And over time now he's coming over here and learning how to trade futures. He's already applying skills that he acquired from American Dream Trading.com from Coach in trading stocks and stock options, but futures it's a little bit different, but yet it's still the same. So he's able to apply those things here. And I tell all the experienced people that come in here, yeah, you may have $50,000 you can throw in your account, but don't do it. Just come in here with a small account, build it up trade by trade. Start with the micro contracts, making $5, $6, $10, $15 a trade. And yes, it will suck when you're used to making bigger money, but it's a safer way to learn how to do this.
Actually, it doesn't suck. I would never say, if I was on the other side with where I do options, because I really don't do shares, $26 wouldn't ring my bell or do anything.
Right.
But for the first time here in futures, I'm excited on
yeah.
$26.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out 14 and head to McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go. Don't pull out anybody. Now, what you do is that 26 now, you do that a couple more times. Now you can buy an extra contract of ES, right? MES, right?
Yeah, that's interesting thought.
So
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
how you do it. You build your account up trading one at a time. Once your account gets up after a little bit, now you can afford to buy two at a time. So instead of making 26, now I got two contracts on the same movement. Now I've made, $52, right? And
Yeah.
on now eventually you'll get up to three. Now I can make 100, whatever, 106, whatever the math is, right? And on that's how you build
catch
your
me
account.
in a year and a half and I'm going to call out to Ange and say, Ange, that was small potatoes.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. And
I love it.
You have acquired the skills.
You keep us challenged.
Yep. Ange is our hero. She started with 500 and look where she's at now. I don't know her exact amount. She doesn't share it. It's none of my business, but I got a rough, I don't have even a rough idea, but I know she's doing well. Let's put it that way. So when she posted she did 26%, I knew she kicked my butt today. I didn't tell you how much I made today on the lives, but the paid members know I posted it publicly and she looked at it. And then she told me that was just about a snack for her today. So, so there you go. So listen to the joy in her voice. You can just hear her giggling. Was this even possible?
I'm like a little school kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You deserve another round of applause.
Well, I'm in this candle right now on ES. So this is fun.
Yes. There you go.
Can you put ES on the screen?
I'm working on it, Richard. I'm old. I'm a boomer. Oh, where's your son at? You need to talk to your father. And that's another great thing. Like, even the son's in here doing this. What's that tell you? He must have heard something from his father, right? That he liked to hear. And he's in here. He's an active participant. And I'm not going to say his name out loud unless he wants to say something. But he's an active participant. He asks questions all the time. And
oh, that's good.
Yeah, he had some really good comments. So everybody's got something to add, right? Care how new you are. That is very nice.
There's
Why
your
am I not in this breaking hold, Ange?
Oh. I don't know. Why are you not in that?
Because I was
20
talking,
contracts.
You
Come on.
distracted me with your with your success. All right, I'll go.
You know what I love about this, and what really gets me fired up is that we can spend countless hours giving back to people as moderators every single day, and
That's
that
true.
we can get back in here, and we can practice what we preach, and what we give to others comes back to us tenfold. That's what I love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if you're giving back to others and helping them. It's almost like a universal law or something. It has to come back to you. May not come back in the right way that you think, but you're still going to get it.
Yes. I can go to sleep tonight knowing that I at least did my part to help somebody learn a skill that they will never lose once they grasp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even care. I mean, I honestly didn't even think I was going to trade today. I didn't trade. Well, I slept in on sort of half on purpose. I just didn't get out of bed this morning, even though I woke up multiple times. But I come in here, start yakking, and, doing what it is I do. And by that time, it was you know, I was like, maybe I won't trade today. But then I got
So
in and couldn't
question,
help it. I just couldn't help it.
so question for Ange on that previous candle with the wick, did you shed or do you do shedding here?
So sometimes I do. I'm not very good at it. I still have that love for scalping. But I'm in heavy and I'm just watching it really close.
Yeah, I get that. That's why when I saw that big wick down, I was thinking,
Mhm. No, and I'm just watching it ever so closely and
Look at this. Look at my profit right now. Look at that. Look. I'm getting out at that power right there while it's still pulsating.
yep, I'm gonna go.
There's a double
Go.
top there.
Little bit more.
yeah,
Out.
I got out of here sooner.
she played it right at the line.
Oh, look, I'm up 16,355 after being down 4,000 negative.
And that, my friend, is how you do what you're supposed to do.
That's
Just as
right.
you're supposed to do it. And look at that pullback.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Boy, where did we learn how to do that, Ange?
I have no idea where.
AmericanDreamTrading.com from Coach Chad Christian.
And that gamma candle, after it broke the floor, went right through the mean all the way to the ceiling.
Yes,
Very
it did.
cool.
Yes, it did. Look
And
at
that was a missing puzzle piece we learned yesterday.
I hope it helps you even make more, make Mark even more embarrassed.
Yeah.
Well, now it's to teach everybody so that they see it, so that they
Yeah.
can do the same thing.
Because right now that red candle now pulled back pretty close to 50% when you include the wick.
Yep.
Right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I always count on a 50% pullback on a big gamma candle like that.
Yeah.
Even though we don't have gamma in futures. Yes.
Correct.
But
It's still,
that's
we
our old
recognize
stock
it as that.
trading
Yeah.
options that we were talking about.
We
still
understand
call it
what
that.
it is. So yeah.
We still call it that, even though that's not really what it is. But yes. Matter of fact, they watched me trade live during our training today with our paid members. I did that very thing a couple times.
Fantastic.
Pullback. I've been doing that more often lately. I've been getting a little bolder doing that.
I've been practicing in my paper trading my year-end goal.
Ooh.
Ooh,
And-
that's interesting.
I thought about doing
those
that to myself.
those
to see what it
pullbacks will
looks
put
like.
hair on places you didn't know could have hair. But I'm telling you, though, Palm, he told me what I should do to like mentally prepare myself. And so I've started early because I really truly need to understand what those pullbacks are really going to feel like. So I've been practicing now, which has made me actually a bolder trader. You say that it makes me much more bold, and even my own trading in my live account. So goals are coming.
Yeah, bold
That's
should not be
fantastic.
confused with recklessness because it's not the same thing. Right?
No,
You
no,
know
not-
you have
not
the
at all.
skills,
No.
and you have the confidence, which makes you bolder, right? That you're able to do that, right?
Yep. And I'm not there yet. I ain't doing that yet with live, but I'm at least preparing my mindset for what that will look like when it comes time to do it.
Well, I'm trading 20 right now. I didn't even go to 15. I went from 10 to 20 during the day, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing now. I mean, if I go look at my P&L right now and watch that thing going up, oh, here, I'll put it on here so you people can see how much money these trades go up and down in a minute, right? In a second. If you look at that, that will give you a nervous breakdown to see how much money you're gaining and losing at any 1 second.
Where
But
are
that's
you?
part of the breathing. That's
Yep.
part of
Oh.
the trade, right? It doesn't just necessarily go straight up. It'll pulsate, right? Watch these numbers down here. There's 250 right there, right? Now there's 1200. I went from 250 to 1200 to 1500 that quick. And it can pull
Yep.
back instantly, and I can lose every bit of that in one fraction of a second, right? And you're always screaming, take the 1750. Okay.
So you don't have a stop on?
Yeah.
Oh, now you do. Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
So
put the
Ange, I
buttons
would
in.
only suggest when you're
I
going to
do
do
trade
what
this.
Palm's doing, do your mean line in a dash so you can know the difference between ceiling and floor. And
I love that. Thank
Where
you.
the
That's a
mean
great
is.
point. Thank you. Yes.
We have about 10 minutes left in the day. Look at that. I got out of that just
oh,
in
you got out of that
time.
boom.
Look
Yeah.
at
Yeah, you
Am
did.
you know what?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
You know why?
You are watching a master at work.
I know. I'm a legend in my own mind, right? No. I just got buttons I can push. That's all. I'm now up $19,047 when you people are all saying, boy, this guy's an idiot. He's down $4,000 for the day. Well, you know, I am an idiot. That part's true. But, you know, you can. And then and what was the reason for that huge loss, right? I made a poor judgment on my entry, right? And then I had a mechanical error. Instead of selling off, I added to my losing position, right? Not realizing it at first. So that caused my losses to even go deeper, right? But I got out of it. I didn't freak out, right? You got to. That's something you get over, the psychology of all of it, right?
That's a question I have. So I enter an order, and I have X amount of stop, and then I'm watching. It's kind of going my way, so I want to add in. I'm going to have a different stop now, right? Because even though my ticks are the same, it's if I'm entering from a different place. So my question is, if I hit flatten, is it flattening all of it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what? I have to go to a position thing to like take away half of it or something?
Yeah, you can put in there how many you
Or
want to
can I
sell
change
off.
the amount to
Yeah,
from
you just
4 to
change-
2 or 8
Yeah,
to 4
right.
or whatever, and then it hit flatten and would just. But will it take the first entered or will it take the last entered?
That I don't know. I'm going to assume first in, first out, but I don't know that as a fact.
Okay.
That would make
Just
logical
curious.
sense. I don't know
It
if that's
does.
the way
It's
it
a
is.
counting principle. Yeah. First in,
I
first
don't know
out.
if it does that, but
Well, when it flattens, it takes everything out.
yeah.
Well,
the
not
flat.
if in other words, let's say we bought 10 and I only want to close 5. I could change the number in my turbo trader to 5
Right.
and then hit flatten, right?
Right.
And it would take
Yes,
only half.
That would work. Yes.
Right.
Well,
And there
no,
there
no,
must
no,
be a
no.
place that
No.
you can do.
Flatten
No.
does everything on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like your
Flatten
emergency
kills
ripcord.
everything.
That's your
Yeah.
emergency to get out of town.
Okay.
Now, if you want to shed, that would be, you would just have to do it like you're shedding. You'd go up there and enter 5 and click sell, right?
But then I have to go and I have to cancel the stop from what I
Right.
understand, right?
Yes, you would. You can modify the stop also. Yes, sir.
So,
Are you paper trading or is that your real?
No, this is paper trade. I never
Thank
trade
goodness.
my real account when I'm trading.
Okay, good. I was like, you're kind of have your account right open there.
Yeah, no, this is paper. It says right here, paper trade. See right here, and also
Yeah,
shows
sorry.
it up here, PM. See, paper. So yeah, it shows there. Yeah, it's either that or I got a $10 million account.
Hey, listen, good.
Withdraw.
Good for you,
Withdraw.
Take it now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've done okay this year, but not that okay. Yeah. Well, it's good, Richard.
hopefully
It's
one
good
day.
to see somebody who's been in this world, not so much day trading or future trading, but been in the financial world, get excited over $26.
It's exciting.
That speaks
It is
volumes.
exciting.
Is that where you're up to, Richard? $26?
And this is my first day with real money here.
Hell
I
yeah.
decided I'm gonna go and very small.
Yep.
Yeah, about 45 minutes ago, I was on the phone with Richard and he goes, well, I'm done for the day. I'm going to leave. Bet I see him sticking around. I see what's happening here.
Hey, it is mesmerizing.
Yeah,
It's
for you
like, wow.
listening here on our lives, you hear what this old guy's getting excited about $26. What's up with that? Well, until you experience going from paper trading to successfully navigating a real money trade, which is harder than you think, you will have a physical reaction to trading real money when you put your skin on the line. And having that first few trades like that, especially the first time he tries it, coming out green, it's not the amount, it's a percentage that builds your account. So yes, we get excited. We get excited for others for having a green day. We don't care what the money is. Yes, we have members in here that can make them. One member did 1.8 million the other day, right? Last week, one day, right? Well, yeah. Do we get excited about that? Well, sure we do. But we also get excited about the $25, the $10, the one that had to finally followed the rules and made $10. We get just excited, probably even more excited. I know I do personally. I can't speak for other people. We got one of our members in here. I'm just so proud. He's not here right now, but he had a 12% to his account. We've been following him and his progress and his struggles for the last, whatever, year and a half, however long he's been here, 2 years. And it's just, now it's just the light bulb's gone off, and we celebrate them victories. It doesn't matter the amount. We don't care the amount. We're just as happy. We're generally happy for people when they start showing success.
Go in, get green, get out, and that will build confidence. It's really not about, because this is, even though it still is many of the mechanics and principles that are due in options and shares,
right?
It's different. It has its differences. And so as I do more, if I can be consistent, then you build confidence and you start to have faith, and then you actually will perform better.
Yep.
That's my opinion anyway. It's my experience.
Well, it's like Alonzo said. He said, you know, if you can't call out verbally what it is you're doing, what your trading strategy is before you do it, right? What approach are you taking to this trade? I'm not going to get in until it does this or that, and this and that, right?
Yeah.
And if you can't describe your trade out loud, why you're doing it, to pretending somebody's sitting next to you, maybe you shouldn't be trading yet, right? You're not ready. I thought that when he said that the other day, because, you know, we, as a moderator, we sit here and we tell everybody what we're doing. Not everybody does it, but lately I've been calling out live what I'm doing. What's my rationale for entering this trade, right? Now, I know here on these live socials, I show people what not to do on purpose and the effects of it, because it's paper trade. But when you sit here and talk through a trade, if you cannot do that, like you were sitting, like your best friend was sitting next to you, and you were going to teach him and give him the rationale, what you're going to do, what it is you're waiting for in your setup, and then talk through your trade as it's happening live, including what is my exit plan, what's my initial exit plan, then you're not ready yet. So you should be able to have somebody sit next to you and you call out everything that you're going to do, because this is going to be a successful trade. So I thought that was pretty powerful. Can you do that yet, right? Most people may not be ready to do that yet. So, because they're not sure what their trading strategy is. They're not ready. They don't know what their exit strategy is. They don't know what the key indicators and the critical lines that they're looking at. So those are all the pieces of the puzzle you need to put together before you even think about trading real money. So once you can start doing that, that was just, Alonzo, that was just such a powerful thing that you said there yesterday, and I wanted to repeat that again. I think that's a very good piece of advice, actually. So anyhow, I do thank everybody for being here today. You've seen some lives. You see me make a bonehead trade right off the bat today. Again, we're all human. We all do things we know we shouldn't do, but we did it anyway, right? I told you what I wanted to do, but I didn't do what I wanted to do. So I made a bonehead mistake, and then I made a mechanical error, which will happen to everybody, and it continues once in a while, right? You have to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen again. I was distracted. That was the main reason. So when you're trading, you have to be laser focused. Make sure your mouse is on the right button before you go clicking things. It's that simple, right? But it got away from me. So I made 2 mistakes on one trade that cost me whatever it was, $4 grand, 4,100, whatever the amount was. It doesn't really matter. I lost because of 2 poor mistakes and a poor decision on my entry. But I knew I have the skills to, you know, overcome that if I make wise trades, which I did. And now I am up $21,239 when I was down over $4,100 in the negative in the hole, right? So that shows you the power of making good trades. Again, there's things that you can't control, but you need to control the things you can, right? There's nothing that can stop somebody coming in here, dumping a big order, and you lose money on a trade. It is what it is. It's going to happen. But you can make smart entries and smart exit decisions. That's why you trade with stops. So if somebody does come in and dump a bunch of shares and your position goes totally against you, at least your downside is limited. So always trade with a stop. So I thank you all for being here today. We are here live 3 times each and every day. Coach is live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, talking everything trading. I am live every day here, Monday through Friday, from 2 to 4 p.m., talking futures education.
I have one last question before I leave.
Okay.
Okay. So when you're in a trade, I'm curious about Ange and Doug, those that are trade. Do you talk to yourself when you're in your trade, talking to the candles and stuff?
Yes.
I talk as dirty as I possibly can.
Yes.
Ange, do you talk to yourself when you're in the trade? Do you talk to the candles or do you do that?
She must be in a trade.
She must be in the trade, yeah.
Yes,
She's
I do.
counting
I've
her
been doing
money.
it more because I'm doing it more live as a moderator. So when
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in
true,
here
yeah.
trading it, by myself.
Oh, when I'm in a trade, I'm telling you what it's like. Okay, come on, get up there, stay up. That's good. I like that. Yeah.
Well,
And if you
I'm
remember
talking
Mr. Government Cheese, he did the same thing.
Yeah, I'm talking through my trade, what it is I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I will see everybody. We do have the aftermarket show at 5 p.m. today over on our
Thank you for
YouTube
today.
channel, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories, Richard, Ange, everybody else that did that today. We will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. Make sure anybody that you come in contact with the rest of the day that you would leave a lasting positive memory. Thank you and see you tomorrow.
Richard dip out already? I was waiting until you finished. It's always good to have
My
Richard in
video
here.
keeps playing.